Live from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
Heart-wrenching new details on the murder of St. Johns County teenager Tristyn Bailey, whose stabbing death shook the Durbin Crossing community to the core. The state attorney revealed the 13-year-old girl's accused murderer and schoolmate had previously told his friends he was going to kill someone, but they never spoke up.
It's disturbing and concerning that those statements were not, let's say, adequately or appropriately, or not taken seriously by the folks that heard them.
State Attorney R.J. Larissa announced today that 14-year-old Aiden Fucci will be charged as an adult with first-degree murder.
He also disclosed graphic details about the horrible killing. According to the autopsy report, she was stabbed 114 times as she fought for her life. Joy has a statement from the Bailey family. We begin, though, with News 4 Jax reporter Vic Michelucci, who's been covering this crime from the beginning. And Vic, the details are just awful.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate that, Mary. They are disturbing. They are chilling. So I want to give you that warning one more time before we go into the statements made by R.J. Larissa, the state attorney, as well as this several-page warrant that actually charges Aiden Fucci as an adult with first-degree premeditated murder. So this afternoon, for the first time, we learned how many times investigators believe he stabbed 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey 114 times. That's according to the medical examiner who found that out through the autopsy. Now, 49 of those stab wounds were to her neck, to her face, to her head, to her hands, and to her arms. And the state attorney describes those as defense wounds. So she was trying to fight back, trying to protect herself, literally fighting for her life. We went over other details, including the murder weapon. Here we have video as detectives with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office found it. They pulled it out in a pond at the Durbin Crossing neighborhood near where Aiden Fucci and Tristyn Bailey lived. Also, just yards away from where a neighbor found Bailey's body. We were there. I was there personally as the dive team pulled out that knife. And today the state attorney described it as a folding buck knife. A lot of people use it for hunting. A lot of other people use it for safety. He said that he carried it around, and he went into more disturbing details about what investigators believe Fucci did as he stabbed Tristyn Bailey to death.
The defendant had a knife that he carried with him. A knife was found in the pond, very close in proximity to our victim's body. That knife had a tip that was broken off. That tip was located by the medical examiner in the scalp of our victim. The statements that the defendant made to his friends made it clear that he was considering a homicide. And I got to tell you this, it's disturbing and concerning that those statements were not, let's say, adequately or appropriately, or not taken seriously by the folks that heard them.
Now listen to this. According to a witness in this affidavit, Aiden said that, quote, if he were to kill someone, it was going to be planned. He would find a random person walking at night, drag them into the woods, and stab them. We do know that Tristyn and Aiden were together that night. They were at a friend's house, so she was not a random person. But all the other details are shockingly similar to what is described in this case. We also learned that evidence technicians with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office found Tristyn's blood on his shoes and his hooded sweatshirt, which they found at his family's home just a couple blocks away from where a neighbor discovered Tristyn Bailey's body. Now, the big question is, what is next for Aiden Fucci, the 14-year-old? Right now, he is still at a juvenile justice facility 2 counties down in Daytona Beach. But because of these adult charges, he's going to be moved to an adult facility. He's still going to be kept by himself because of the nature of this case. They won't say where he's going. He could be going to the St. Johns County Jail, which is just about a block behind me, but we're waiting to learn more. He will be rearrested and will face a judge again on that new first-degree murder charge. That'll likely happen in the next day. As soon as that happens, we will keep you posted. For now, we're live in St. Augustine. I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.
Vic, the information that was announced at that news conference was, I don't think the word extraordinary is strong enough to describe it. What was the reaction in the room, even among the members of law enforcement, those professionals?
Yeah, we've heard the words chilling, horrific, shocking, monstrous. You know, at the end of the day, everyone in the room, from the detectives to the prosecutors to members of the news media, we're all human. And I could feel the chills, I could hear the gasps, I could hear the heavy breathing. It's truly an unspeakable crime. And when I was talking with the detectives on the case as well as the state attorney, I mean, these are seasoned investigators who have worked dozens, some of them hundreds of homicides. And they all agree they've never worked anything like this. And they say their heart is in one place, getting justice for Tristyn Bailey's family.
All right, Vic Micolucci. Thank you, Vic.
After hearing the details of what was done to this 13-year-old girl, the thoughts of everyone listening to that news conference turned immediately to her family, her parents, Forrest and Stacy Bailey, and her 3 sisters and brother. Joy is here now with a statement sent to us by the family. Joy.
Tom, immediately after the state attorney shared the latest on their investigation, the family thanked investigators with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office and the state attorney's office. They also said, "We greatly appreciate the tremendous community outpouring from all parts of the world, particularly for those in St. Johns that have helped from the Mother's Day search, the vigils, remembrances, and memorials." With the press conference sharing details of this heinous crime, the caring and love shown from the people and businesses to raise up the memory of Tristyn, and the resolve of our community serve as a beacon of light in the darkness. They signed their statement, the Bailey 7. Tom?
Thank you, Joy. Our coverage continues on our website, news4jax.com, where we have posted the entire statement from the Bailey family. Just look inside the story on the homepage.